On November 25th, 2025, Pinecone LP posted a video titled The Best Minecraft Server Currency. It quickly spread through the Minecraft community, reaching 180,000 views. The video draws on a common experience many players recognize. Modern Minecraft servers don't feel fun, and can feel strangely lonely. Rather than accepting this feeling as unavoidable, Pinecone instead proposed a solution. In doing so, he opened a conversation about how a server should be designed in order for them to be fun. The topic has grown so much that creators like KCJ and Untossable Salad introduced their own theories on the best currency for use in a Minecraft server. I'd actually been experimenting with currency systems in tiny worlds for a while. I didn't really think much of it. Seeing this conversation explode made me realize these questions mattered to more people than I thought. These creators look to currencies as a fix for servers, as the currency is the most common player interaction with the server. In most servers, you can use the server currency to trade with other players, to buy goods from a server shop, and as a means of comparison with others. Currency is commonly thought to be a good tool for increasing server fun. It is relatively easy for a server to add or fix. It is also visible, becoming part of everyday gameplay on a server. Additionally, it is easy to justify, as it has many implied benefits, such as trade. Trade itself is a large part of the appeal. In theory, a good currency incentivizes trade, which in turn makes players specialize, build reputations, and rely on each other instead of doing it all alone. Naturally, when a server feels empty, it is assumed that something must be wrong with the currency that should be encouraging trade. Currency seems to be the obvious place to fix the server. If it could be accepted and used, it appears many of these problems would go away. Creators have reasonably focused on currency as the most probable fix to Minecraft servers, but the reality is that currencies are just one part of the system that makes up a server. You still need to separately consider things like land claims, mods, rules, and all sorts of other subsystems. Currency needs to be part of a larger server system design to work effectively, and these subsystems need to work together to be fun. For example, let's say you are making an SMP server where you want to incentivize building. Your audience is likely going to have fun building, so the entire system should be designed around that. The currency should work together with claim and mod mechanics to make building easier, more rewarding, and the primary objective. This is why currencies need to be matched to server goals. One currency type can work well for one server, but the same currency can actively hurt another. If you wanted to add a currency to the same building SMP, a currency based on buildings might be a good choice, as it would help reward people for making their builds. Conversely, if you added a currency based on kills, this would actively hurt your server goals, making people focus less on building, or leaving the game altogether. In fact, specific mechanics of currency make it impossible for a one-size-fits-all solution. Every currency requires a level of admin support that may or may not be possible for every server. Let's say currency A requires admin support, and currency B is a natural currency that does not require support. In an anarchy server, only currency B would work, since the whole point of the server is to have no admin control. In a small, committed server, stability matters more than long-term renewability. Currency systems can rely on trust, social norms, and manual correction because players aren't constantly joining and leaving. But those same assumptions break down on large or high-churn servers, where renewability and automatic balancing become much more important. As you can see, these different currency mechanics conflict with one another, and make it impossible to find a single, one-size-fits-all solution for every kind of Minecraft server. Right now, creators have been primarily focusing on creating currency-based solutions, which I would call fiscal server theory. Currencies are indeed just one subsystem of a server, and these complex systems all interact. Instead of focusing on fiscal server theory, creators could find better solutions by zooming out and using more general server theory. Using server theory, creators would recognize currencies as just one part of a broader system, rather than the foundation. Instead of trying to find the best currency, creators would find complete system solutions by understanding how its parts interact and the trade-offs each system has. Creators will probably keep making content about currencies, and that makes sense. but those ideas become much more powerful when they're treated as part of a larger system, designed around a specific goal rather than as a complete currency system. The biggest takeaway is that currency can't make a server fun on its own. That is something that it helps to do when it works well with the entire server system. Each server has different goals, and those goals come with trade-offs that no single system can match for all of them. This is why all of these currency ideas feel so convincing and incomplete at the same time. In my future videos, I want to take a closer look at some of these proposed systems, such as those made by KCJ, Pinecone LP, and On Toss Salad. All of these systems are convincing, but they probably solve different problems. We can make servers feel fun again. We should just consider the whole system at large.